that time again. It's time to learn some cool stuff about your body. So today we're talking about the spine, and I'm going to take you through a drill I call the standing spine segmentation. It's a practice that I learned in Taoist practices. However, I've made some little adjustments along the way that you'll find very pleasing to your body. You know those beautiful handcrafted watches? The ones that you can look inside and you can see all the cogs turning that show the inner workings of the watch. Well, that's kind of how I see the spine. I often refer to it as the master cog. And basically what I mean by that is the way this cog turns and moves affects our whole body. It affects our whole system. If we look back to the watch, the way that master cog turns, it affects all of the little workings and all of the cogs that connect to it. So in the standing spinal segmentation, you're going to learn how to improve the functioning of this master cog and learn a really key ingredient in moving your spine more efficiently. What we're basically going to learn is how to open and close the vertebra of the spine, how to perceive them first and be able to feel them, and then be able to open them from the back, close them from the back, and open them from the front. So we're closing from the front, opening from the back, closing from the back, opening from the front. So this is really powerful. It's so important to have a mobile spine in day-to-day life. If any one area of the spine is locked up, then it can cause all sorts of inefficiencies through the rest of the body. We're addressing it from a physical perspective. There can be all sorts of different causes as to why your spine is locked up. But remember, there's no way to separate any system in the body. So as you learn to open up this area, then other systems in the body can change. So the most important thing to notice first is become aware of the internal experiences that are going on in your body as a result of this drill. So once you do that, let's get into the practice. So first you want to make sure that you can perform the qua squat. And if you're not sure what that is, then I've got a detailed video on it as part of the tension release technique. But basically, we want to learn to draw from the qua. So the qua is your foundation of this whole movement. If we aren't able to bear weight into the qua, and we sit back too far forward, or we come too forward on the toes, then we're not able to sufficiently relax the spine. So we need to be able to be centered from the hips down so then we can support the spine. In essence, the simplest way is to answer this question: how can I sit without poking my butt out and sticking my chest up? So if I reverse those patterns, okay, I take the butt poking out and I soften my chest, then we're basically looking at the essence of the qua squat. There. So you want to be able to make sure that you can do that first. It's much more difficult than what it might seem on the outside. Make sure you really are able to understand and internalize that experience. Next step. So first we perform the qua squat. So sit down without poking the butt out, without sticking the chest out. So the butt we relax from the feet, ankles, backs of knees, and then we draw inwards at the hip, and the head just gently lifts in the opposing direction. So your tail is sinking down, abdomen soft, chest soft. This is all soft. We're creating two opposing forces. What we don't want to do at this point is be too flaccid in any one area, because then we'll disconnect the connection down the spine. Next step. So we've got that connection. Just take a moment. Feel the whole spine linked together. If you can't quite now, that's okay. But what you're looking to feel in time is the connection basically between the chain of fascia that runs from the back of your head all the way down to the base of your hips. So just feel that connection. And then once you've started to do that, then we want to start to perform the downward phase of the movement. So we're going to open up each of the vertebrae at the back of the spine. In the beginning, you might not be able to segment each of the individual vertebrae, but that's the practice. So you can learn how to feel and segment each of these vertebrae. So what might happen in the beginning is you might have maybe 4 or 5 sections. So you might go, okay, I can release that, I can release that, I can release that, I can release that. And then we'll reverse it. We'll talk about that in a second. The intent here is just to continue to increase the amount of detail that you feel in your spine. So as we go down, we'll go through this process. Inhale, expand, exhale, release. Feel the next section. Inhale, expand, exhale, release. Feel the next section. Inhale, expand, exhale, release. All the while, I'm keeping this connection between where I've released and the top of the head. Expand, inhale, exhale, release. Notice I'm not sticking my butt out because then I lose the connection of the spine at the lower back. Draw the hips in, take the weight into the feet, and let the spine just naturally hang down as you release through one vertebra at a time. So now I'm just releasing through the middle back, into the shoulders, into the neck, into the plates of the skull. Alright, so that's the lowering phase. Next, you're going to like this. This is called the BEAK twist. What this does is it helps to open up all of this tissue in between the shoulder blades. So what you're going to do is inhale. Once you feel the breath get in between the shoulder blades, you're going to make a BEAK position. And the BEAK position is like this. All of the fingers are touching at the thumb. Sometimes people might cramp up in this little area of the thumb. That's okay, just go to where you can, but you just want to feel this connection. What we're basically doing is stretching all of the tissue down into these points. So we're back down in that position. So we've released. And you don't have to go all the way down, that's not what it's about. Notice my spine is suspended, like there's an invisible barrel here. And then we close the beaks. Breathe in, feel the breath come in between your shoulder blades, move the shoulder blades outwards. Then the elbows follow, then the wrists follow, then the hands follow, all while you're inhaling. And then exhale, release from the shoulders, elbows, wrists, hands. Reform the beak. Inhale. You can really start to open up this way. Exhale. Release. Do this 3 to 5 times. Then we're going to go up. So from now, we drop the hip. Notice how this affects the whole spine. And then gently push your feet into the ground. And now what we want to focus on is opening up the vertebra from the front of the spine. Make sure you don't try and lift just any one area of the spine straight up. We would just want to just gradually inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So to recap, qua squat. Just feel the weight coming down into the feet. 2 opposing forces. Draw in at the hips. Remember, sit down without poking your butt out or bringing your chest up. Then release down. I'm just going to do it a bit faster just for you.
beaks. For 3 to 5 times. Then drop the hip and open the vertebra from the front and stack the spine on top of itself.
Make sure you stay relaxed as you come up. And that's the spine segmentation. So I'd recommend you perform at least 1, maximum 3 passes in any one set. It's very ideal to be done after your standing meditation practice to help you really integrate all of the things that happened during your standing meditation and for you to be able to really start to continue to learn the vocabulary of the spine. Now do yourself a favor and get practicing consistently. Each and every day you'll learn something new about your spine, and the new levels of freedom can really open up to you as you start to be able to perceive how your spine moves at all of the intricate little ways. So be well like always, keep practicing, I'll see you soon.